Hi Mac fam. So today I wanted to make a video talking about being safe online always. So I know a lot of you, your parents have probably talked to you, friends, people in general, but I'm sure your parents are some kind of adult, teacher, leader of some group, your parents, just anybody that's older, maybe even your grandparents. Um, have told you to always be careful online and when you talk to people. And my mom has even told me that, and she's told my brother that too. So, um, I feel like adults are really wise, because they're a little bit older, and I just feel like, they are really wise. I feel like teenagers and young adults also are wise, but I feel like us young people really look to older people like adults because adults are a little bit older than us. By the age you reach 25, your mid 20s, your brain is fully developed. And so by then, you have a full adult brain. Even though by the time you're like 18, 19 in some states, you're considered like an adult by law, a young adult, your brain is still fully developing. So, um, yeah, but I just wanted to share that with all of you. Just please be safe online. Be careful with who you're talking to. Kind of make sure you know who you're talking to. And just be careful. Never give out your address. Don't do that. I mean, unless if it's a really good friend and you trust them, but even sometimes people you meet online, you can say, oh my gosh, they're a friend, and then you find out they're not, or they're somebody else, or they're a grown adult. And so you just have to be careful. There's even been some situations where being my young self, not really feeling like I'm mature yet. I feel like I'm still maturing and still learning as I go, just like everybody. But there's been some times where I would fill out my email or I would give people my email, and I learned the hard way that I cannot do that a lot of the time because um, there were people that I think there was an incident where somebody started like hacking my email or messed it up. I don't really know. So that was my mistake. I really should have not done that. But any website, any place that you're on, you just have got to make sure that it's safe and that don't give out your contact information unless you really trust the person. You know them, maybe you've met up in a group or you've hanged out before in person, you really know them. Then yeah, you can totally give people your contact information if you really know them. But if you don't, you just need to be a little careful of that and aware. And yeah, so I made that mistake before. I can't do that. So never give out your email, phone number, personal information at all unless you really trust the person. And um, there was also another time where I was taken advantage of kind of on my email, but also in person. So I met up. This was like a while back. I was like a lot younger than I am now, but I think I was like a teenager. Yeah. But I was a lot younger than I am now. Um, so me and my family one year went on a cruise, and they had this little spa day thing for girls that were my age, like young teenage girls. And so I went and I made a couple of friends and I really liked it. And there was one girl, so I had this card. Everybody had this card. I think I got one. My family got one. It was like a card that you could go and buy like a drink. Like I would always go get like a Shirley Temple. That's like a non-alcoholic drink. It's like Sprite and like cherry flavored stuff. I love that stuff. Like, because when you're under the age of 21, you can't have alcohol yet. So it's kind of like our young people under the age of 21 are fancy drink in a way, because it's non-alcoholic. It doesn't have alcohol in it. So I remember I went to go get that, and then I think it had money on it where I could go play a game. Well, a friend of mine really begged me. She's like, "Come on, like please, like let me use your card, like please, please, please. I won't use all of it, I promise." She was just begging me and kept on. And so I finally was like, okay, and I gave in. I didn't really want to give it to her because I kind of had a bad feeling about it, but I didn't really know. And she took it and she played all these games, and then she brought me my card back. She's like, okay, thank you, bye. I think we played a few games and stuff, or she played a few games. She comes back and I go and I think go get a drink or go play another game, and I find out my money is gone. And I'm like, what? What happened to my money? And I go back to my room and I tell my mom and my brother, and they're like, oh, honey, we think that girl used you. I'm like, there's no way. But turns out she did use me. She used all of my money on that card. It was completely washed out. And she told me she wasn't going to use all of it, but she did. I think she kind of tricked me, but also she did use me. She kind of used me for my money, and people will do that. And so I really wasn't aware of it. Like, now that I'm a little older, I think I do kind of understand it, but I don't think I fully kind of really understand it yet either, because I'm still so young and my brain's not fully developed yet. And so it's just, yeah. But that was also my mistake, and I hate that that happened, but I'm really glad that we have adults that we can look to, because adults know. Sorry, hang on. Adults have been in situations like this before, or they know a lot more kind of about this stuff. I mean, I feel like teenagers and young adults, yes, they know about this stuff too. But, adults are a little bit older than us, and so some of them have been through stuff like this. So, yeah. So, but I am glad we have adults. We have like parents, leaders, teachers, grandparents, older people, because they can help us young people kind of be prepared for the world, but also to keep ourselves safe online, in person, and then make sure that nobody uses us either. Because people can use you. People will too, but people can do that. So if you ever feel like you're struggling with this or have questions about this or just want to know, or you feel like somebody's using you, or maybe you made a wrong mistake, or you don't feel comfortable or something, please reach out to an adult, a teacher, a parent, a grandparent, anybody, okay? Because usually they will want to help you and talk to you. So just keep that in mind. And if you ever feel like you ever need to talk about this with anybody, I would recommend an adult. Just, talk to them and see how it goes. So, yeah. Alrighty. Well, please be safe on the internet. I just wanted to share that because I care about all of you, and I want to make sure you guys are safe and just, making good choices. And I think it's just a good reminder to be safe online and even in person. So, yeah. Alrighty. Well, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you have not already. Always keep your head up, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.